So where in the world do the Knicks go from here? Ian Begley covers the Knicks for ESPN.com is joining us. He was actually at the press conference when Phil Jackson made those interesting comments. And Bruce Bowen, he won 3 NBA titles with the Spurs. He's now part of our ESPN NBA family. All right, Ian, let me start with you because after these comments, the Players Association, Michelle Roberts, sent this message basically, talk about sending messages, quote, if the players, and this was in a note to the NBA, if players under contract cannot under threat of league discipline speak openly about their desire to be employed elsewhere, we expect management to adhere to the same standards. That's from the executive director of the NBPA. So, Ian, have the Knicks had to respond to that? And what is the team saying about all this right now? The players.
The Knicks have had no response yet to the Players Association's missive. You know, Michelle Roberts reached out to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and expressed her concern, and we haven't heard anything from the league yet. But the Players Association point is that several players have been fined in the past for expressing a desire to work elsewhere. And they say that if players are fined because of this, why not fine executives? Now, Adam Silver, of course, has the latitude to levy any fine that he pleases. It is unclear at this point if he's going to take action against the Knicks or against Phil Jackson, but I think a lot of Knicks, even inside that locker room, outside of Carmelo Anthony, would take Carmelo's side in this argument and would take the Players Association side in this argument.
So, Bruce, you look at this, I guess, weird motivation tactic going on here. What do you think is going on behind Phil Jackson's words and the history of this?
I think there's more to it as far as the situation of when Phil first came on board. He said, you know what, I want to implement this triangle offense because I think you're a dominant scorer, but with other players being occupied on the other side of the floor, we can get so many different options, a la Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. So that was what was going in as far as what I can see, as far as what I think. But it hasn't worked out. And because it hasn't worked out, that's why we have the issues that we have to this moment right now. Never have I seen a president or anyone in a position of authority call out a player and say maybe he might be better off elsewhere. Usually those are things that front office individuals will keep tight to their chest, and then they won't share that type of information. So I think this has really come to a head, and you see the way that it's affecting others. Kristaps Porzingis, he doesn't go to his meeting. Where did he learn that type of behavior? I think it's so much dysfunction going on within the locker room right now. You got to get a hold of this so that you can get back to the basics of trying to have a winning basketball team.
And you bring up Porzingis and what happens there. Ian, do they now have a Porzingis problem? Is there a chance that you could have another star saying, I want out?
They absolutely have a Porzingis problem, and this is a problem that needs to be addressed immediately by Phil Jackson and the rest of the Knicks front office. Kristaps, publicly expressed frustration with the confusion that he said was from the top to the bottom with the organization because of the scheme changes both on offense and defense throughout the season. And I think you couple that with everything that happened off the court with Charles Oakley, with Carmelo Anthony, with Derrick Rose, with all of it, and the poor results on the floor. Kristaps has been on teams that have lost a combined 101 games. He's upset, and he is the golden ticket for this franchise. Knicks fans have held on to hope over these last 2 miserable seasons because they have Porzingis. So this is something that Knicks management absolutely has to deal with immediately.
Possibly alienating 2 stars all at once. What an accomplishment that is. All right, Bruce, Ian, thank you so much.
Thank you.